Hi guys, hi beautiful people, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my wish list for Miss Cosmo Nigeria 2025. Yes guys, Miss Cosmo is upon us, and I said it in my last video that the registration portal has been open for interested and qualified candidates. Okay, so I'll put in the registration portal on the screen for you guys, for those of you that have not yet applied or are still interested in applying for this year's pageant. And yeah, I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys. So this is my wish list for of queens, of beauty queens that I feel like they have a chance to represent Nigeria in this year's pageant. And so far so good. Out of the queens that I chose, most of them are not first timers to pageantry. They have one or two pageant experiences, and I feel like even if Miss Cosmo is a relatively young pageant, because you guys know that this is the second edition. Okay, so even if it's a young pageant, it's just in their second edition, I feel like Nigeria should send experienced queens, okay, to this pageant, because if you look at the quality of candidates that other countries are sending to the pageant, you should know that Nigeria shouldn't take any chances. We shouldn't rely on first timers or amateur beauty queens to represent us this year. So I feel like we should put into consideration pageant experiences, persons that have made an impact in the pageant world here in Nigeria. That will actually boost our chances, to take the crown, because this is a new pageant, and this is a pageant that is still getting ground. It's still they are still trying to they're still trying to like stand. It's still a new pageant. So, and you guys know that Miss Cosmo is a rival pageant to Miss Universe. Okay, so the owner of Miss Cosmo, the were formerly owners of Miss Universe, so it's more or less like a rival pageant, and they are doing all they can to outdo Miss Universe. All right, so I feel like candidates that you send to Miss Cosmo, they are not, you shouldn't shuffle with them. Like, you shouldn't we shouldn't take them for granted. Okay, we shouldn't take the Nigerian representatives or whoever we're going to send. We shouldn't be nonchalant about it, because this is a rival pageant to Miss Universe, and we need to bring our best foot forward, in terms of candidates, in terms of the quality of the candidates, in terms of the pedigree of the candidates that we're going to send to this year's pageant. Alright, so these are my wish list for this year's Miss Cosmo Nigeria 2025, and with no further, so number one on my wish list I have Vivian Onuigbo. Vivian is not new to pageantry. She represented Nigeria in Miss Eco International in the year 2023, and for some reasons I feel like Vivian is someone that she fits into Miss Cosmo. She has the height, she has the beauty, she has the charisma, she has this exotic beauty. I feel like Vivian is someone that should give pageant another shot, because she represented Nigeria in Miss Eco International in 2023, like I said before, and she got to the top 20. She got to the top 20, and for some reasons I feel like Vivian should take a shot at Miss Cosmo Nigeria. She will do very, very well. She's someone that I feel like she has what it takes to represent Nigeria very well at the pageant. So in second place I have Shelly Usman. You guys remember her now, she's not a new face. Okay, Shelly Usman represented Nigeria in Miss Earth in 2022 or 2023 if I'm not mistaken, and she went on to Miss Universe Nigeria, Miss World Nigeria this year. She got to the fourth runner-up position of Miss World Nigeria. For some reasons, I feel like Shelly is going to fit into Miss Cosmo prototype. She's intelligent, she's well-spoken, she's beautiful. She's well-rounded. I feel like she should give Miss Cosmo Nigeria a shot, and I feel like she can win the pageant. All right, so yeah, Shelly Usman is number 2 on my list. Yeah, number 3 on my list I have Anita Oka. Anita Oka was a former MBGN candidate. Yes, she was a former Miss World Nigeria. Okay, she went on from MBGN. She won the MBGN World title. She went on to represent Nigeria in Miss World in 2016, 2017, if I'm not sure. I think each of either 2016 or 2017. And so far, Anita Oka got to the top 15 position. But no, sorry, she got to the top 30 position in Miss World that particular year. and for some reasons I feel like she can she can do well in Cosmo Nigeria. I feel like she's a great candidate for this pageant, given the fact that she has pageant experience. She's well grounded as well. But for her speaking skills, I don't know. But I feel like she has the height, she has the height, she has the beauty, that can give her a shot at the pageant. Okay, so I want to see her come back into the pageant scene, but for Miss Cosmo. So in third place, I have Sectra Okundaye. Yes, you guys know Sectra. Sectra was former Miss Supranational Nigeria in 2023. Sorry, is it 2023? Yeah, 2023/2024. She represented Nigeria Miss Supranational last year, and for some reasons, I feel like Sectra will fit well into Miss Cosmo because she has the confidence. She's very, very intelligent. She's in the medical profession. She has an impactful project, and I feel like she's one that we should look out for in terms of speaking skills, confidence, and stage presence. Okay, so I feel like Sectra will do very well in Miss Cosmo because, of course, she has the experience, and she's someone that has that fighting spirit to really, really make Nigeria proud internationally. You guys remember that she got to the top 20 in Miss Supranational last year. So I feel like Sectra is one candidate that has a huge portfolio for Miss Cosmo. Yes, she can do very well in Miss Cosmo if given the opportunity. Yeah, she can go very far in Miss Cosmo. So I want to see her apply, take up the form and go onto the pageant. So finally, on my wish list, I have Yekachi Douglas. Yes, I know a lot of you are surprised, but I feel like Yekachi is someone that she has been fighting for the Miss Universe Nigeria crown. If she's going to apply this year, this is going to be her third attempt. But you guys know that Miss Cosmo is a rival pageant to Miss Universe, and I feel like going on to Miss Cosmo will it will be like a boost for her because, of course, the organizers of the pageant, they want someone that has international recognition, someone that is very, very vast. She's intelligent. She got to the top 5 in Miss World in 2019, and she has been a very, very huge favorite from pageant fans across the world to go on to another international pageant. I feel like Yekachi Douglas is one candidate that her name speaks, the name and the face speak for itself. Okay, so whenever she goes, she has a lot of pageant fans out there. She has persons that are rooting for her. So I feel like Yekachi Douglas can really, really go far in the competition. So she's one of the candidates that I feel like she should give Miss Cosmo a try, and definitely probably she might it might be her lucky. What do you guys think about it? Do you think that she has a chance? Because personally, for me, I feel like she is like the top number one favorite and standout for me, going into Miss Cosmo Nigeria competition if she decides to take up the form. But all the same, I really want to see these candidates that I mentioned go for Miss Cosmo. I feel like they can do better. They can change the narrative in Nigerian pageantry. They can go very far in the international competition. All right. So what do you guys think? Who do you think deserve to be on this list, or who do you think I did not include? Okay. Let me know your wish list for Miss Cosmo Nigeria 2025. All right. So let me know who you think deserve to make the list. Okay. All right. So I'll see you all in my next video coming up very soon. Bye.